Now on the APEC VIP hotline, cutting-edge training for the serious athlete, apecgo.com. Joining us now, the head football coach of the Gilmer Buckeyes, Jeff Traylor. How you doing, Coach?
Great. How are you guys doing?
Doing very well. Thanks very much for talking to us today. Congratulations on the big win over Bullard, 57-39 the other night. Talk a little bit about how you pulled that off and the way your team played the other night.
Well, we played real well offensively, and we didn't do very well defensively. We couldn't stop them, but Coach Wilson's done a great job over there, and the quarterback's fantastic. The running backs and receivers, they've got a really good football team. It's just a travesty those kids aren't in the playoffs. They can win a lot of playoff games.
Well, I guess next year with a fourth team, that'll be solved as far as your district's going, because your district's one of the few in the whole state where you really deserve to have 3 or 4 teams in the district, right?
Oh, there's no doubt. And I'd say Chapel Hill's got a good football team too. Just to play in this district, there's not a lot of wins in here. It's hard to come by them, and that's just a shame because they were very well coached and a really good team.
Your quarterback, Tanner Barrs, had a heck of a season. Can you talk a little bit about how he's progressed as the season's gone on?
Well, we ask our quarterbacks to do so much. They have a lot of stuff to do in our offense. So he's real great at the read game. He's running, and he throws the ball well too. So he's gotten better as the year's gone on. He's an all-state safety last year. He had 10 interceptions, so he didn't play quarterback at all. But we had 2 senior quarterbacks last year, so he's way behind on his reps. But each week he gets a little bit better.
Way behind, yet he got 300 total yards the other night, and he's just been putting up phenomenal numbers all year long.
Well, we've been blessed. In our 13 years here, we've had a lot of good quarterbacks, and he's just another one that's come through.
And then also Josh Walker had a big ball game, 3 touchdowns for you.
Yeah, Josh is fantastic. He also starts on defense, and high-character kid, just like Tanner. High character, motor runs all the time, just a winner. They're both fantastic players, and you don't win all these games without having those great players.
Coach, when the season started, did you expect this team to be an 8-1 team, 5-0 in district going into the final ball game?
No, there's no way we did. I say that, and our kids through the years have always found a way to get it done. But, I really thought Bullard was going to be very good. They had so many kids returning, and they were. Henderson was a huge, huge senior team. I didn't know if we could get that one. Of course, Chapel Hill's the defending state champions. So, no, anybody that thought they were going to be undefeated this time, we were very fortunate, but we're very excited to be here. And but no, to answer your question very honestly, we didn't think we'd be at this position.
So how'd you pull it off?
Well, we played really good defense till Friday. For 8 weeks, we played very good defense. We've kicked the ball very well, hadn't turned the ball over very much, and we don't have a lot of penalties. So when you don't have penalties, you don't turn the ball over, and you kick it and play pretty good defense, you've always got a chance. The last 4 weeks, we've got our offense going pretty good. So we've gotten better there as the year's gone on. We really got embarrassed Friday. Bullard really handed it to us, and our defense couldn't get off the field. And so we got to get that fixed, or Kilgore will run right over us.
What do you think of the Kilgore football team?
Just like they always are. They're great on defense. They run the ball very well. Great play-action pass team. They kick and cover well. They don't beat themselves. Look like a Mike Valerie team. Just Coach Wood's doing it now. They've had the same guys over there for 20 years, and it looks that way.
How many times have you guys played against each other since you've been there?
Well, only 2 times, Gilmer-Kilgore. Now, when I was at Jacksonville, we played them for 7 straight years.
Right.
So this will be my 10th time to go against Kilgore, but only 3rd time at Gilmer.
But they just don't ever change their style, do they?
No, they've looked the same for years. They're a great zone blocking team. Coach Farrow has coached that line over there for years, and he's not coaching anymore. He's retired, but they still look just like Coach Farrow. They do a great job. Their zone blocking schemes. They've always played great defense. Coach Wood's always had a great defensive football team. They do again, and they play action pass, throw the ball down the field. That's who would change when you won as many ball games as those guys have. I wouldn't change either.
Where do you see the matchups that are favorable for you against Kilgore?
I don't see them anywhere right now. We don't feel just real good. They've allowed 40 points the entire season, so that's pretty scary in itself. So we don't know how we're going to score, and they line up and run the ball so well, and we're not very big over there on defense. So they've got to be feeling pretty good about themselves after watching that video against Bullard Friday night.
Looking at the people that you've played so far this season, who do they most compare to on your schedule?
We've not played a defense like this. Preston would be similar, but they play a different style.
Mm-hmm.
Offensively, I don't know that we've played anybody that just lines up and just says, here we come with the inside zone and play action pass off of it. So they're very unique. They're kind of old-fashioned. Kind of old-timey old football. They're going to hit you in the mouth and make you like it.
So as far as you're concerned then on Friday night, what do you think are the keys to the victory for your team?
Well, we hope we can move the ball some. You hate to just punt it all night long. I just don't see where they're weak. They've got very good linebacker play. Their down linemen are very good. They're very good in the secondary. So that's alarming. Offensively, quarterback's a really good athlete. They've got a big-time receiver. He's faster than anybody in the district. And the offensive line zone blocks so well, and their backs run hard. So there are no weaknesses. They wouldn't be 9-0 if they had a bunch of weaknesses.
No.
So they don't have any.
Well, you're 8-1. You don't have a whole lot of weaknesses either, other than what you're talking about with this Bullard game, which probably is just an aberration, don't you think?
Well, and a lot of credit to Bullard as well. They've got a very good football team, but Kilgore's defense held them to 14, which is the most Kilgore's allowed all year. And they scored 39 on us, so that kind of shows the difference in our defenses.
Now, Kilgore's been in these kind of ball games, but so is your team. Your team's used to playing in these kind of big games every year. So do you see any edge for either team when you get into a game like this one on Friday night?
No. If it was another team, maybe, but no. Those guys have been, they were the 4A quarterfinals last year. I mean, we're not talking about 3A quarterfinals. We were the 3A quarterfinals. They were the 4A quarterfinals. So, no, those guys, they've won their share of ball games. They won a state championship in 04. Actually, our first one was when they won one in 04. So, no, those guys have been in a ton of big ball games.
How much of an edge does it give you playing at home in a game like this?
Well, we hope some. You would like to, not talk that up a lot, but I hope some. I would hope that would give us something. That's a great point. I'm trying to sell it to my kids anyway. I don't know if it really matters. We're trying to make them believe it does, Bryan.
Oh, Coach. When it's all said and done, though, do you enjoy coaching in games like this when it all comes down to the last game of the season? You got two unbeaten teams in the district. I mean, these have got to be just great games to compete in.
Sure, that's why you do it. That's exactly why you do it. I mean, the reason you do it is kids, honestly. But then the next one, you want to coach these big ball games. There's just nothing like it. The electricity. And you're going against a very well-coached team. So it's just great. It's great for high school football, great for kids, and it's a lot of fun for coaches. So, no, we can't wait. It'll be a blast. And
the great thing about it is you both know you already are in the playoffs, and you both can make a real deep run in the playoffs, too, even after this ball game's over with. So this, granted, it's for the championship, but it certainly doesn't end the season on a sour note if one comes out with a loss on this thing.
Well, the scary thing is you're fixing to put so much into this game. It's pretty hard to bounce back that very next week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always scary. And the health, we're banged up, and I'm sure they are too. When you come out of this district, you just don't have a lot of kids left. So if you can come out of this thing healthy, it's a great district to play in if you make the playoffs. But if you come out of this thing beat up, it doesn't do any good. You're going to get beat in the playoffs anyway.
Right. Well, Coach, I wish we could be at the ball game Friday night. It sounds like it's going to be a heck of a game, and we wish you the best of luck this week.
Hey, thank y'all very much. Appreciate y'all.
Always, Coach. Good talking to you. Jeff Traylor from Gilmer on Bryan Houston Sports Radio Live on 99.3 Talk FM.